No, I minimized it so we're not looking at it the whole time.
Yeah, no, that'll be good. Although it'll give me like a reason for not, sometimes
Oh, darn it! I didn't plug it back into the charger though.
They say that's like something that autistic people do. They don't look at you when they speak.
Mm-hmm.
But I feel it's weird to be like constantly looking at somebody. You know what I mean?
That's true.
Like sometimes I'm looking at you too much when we're talking. I'm like, I don't know.
Yeah, I definitely don't blame them if they.
Yeah, it's like. So this is getting a little too romantic. Like I need to look somewhere else. Or just
People
like.
are gonna think I'm keep looking at the camera, but really there's a whiteboard back behind. I'm looking.
He's just looking at him.
Type in all the stuff.
This guy's got great stage presence. Look at him. He delivers all his lines to the camera.
Trying to open up a whole bunch of different things that I can switch back in and, look at while we're talking.
I think you're doing too much. Like it's
Nah.
Like
it's working.
Yeah, the damn thing isn't gonna work.
No, it's working.
Shh. Listen, we've got.
Don't judge me.
We could possibly be in triple digits of people.
Right.
Possible triple digits, and this is the unprofessional shit you're fucking subjecting them to. I wouldn't take this guy. Yeah, we got more than a baseball team. You know, we got more than a baseball roster.
People are on a baseball team.
Yeah, 25.
Yeah, we had that a long time ago.
Yeah, but now we're almost 2 baseball teams.
We are.
At least, right?
Yeah,
at least.
We'll do better than the Yankees.
Why? Why do you gotta be ugly this early in the this early in the program? I was feeling good. The last few days I haven't been feeling quite myself, but I'm feeling energetic and chipper right now. And that's the energy you bring?
I saw that, and I had to knock you down a peg.
I've just stopped looking.
I wasn't comfortable with it.
I've stopped looking at the scores. That's how I've gotten over that. I just wake up in the morning, I check it quickly, and then I just black out for the rest of the day. But then every day I wake up with hope eternal. Ooh.
They're going to get better today.
No.
I told you they started off too hot.
Yeah, well, listen, it's actually they're actually still playing pretty good. Well, I mean, they just got fucking their ass raped for a weekend. The thing is, Boston's just playing super well. Yeah. We're playing well. We're not playing super well.
You know how you're always talking about things you say? When we're talking about the Yankees, every time I say something, you're like, all right, listen. It's almost like, I don't know if I notice it, maybe say it more often, but I only notice it really when we're talking about the Yankees.
It's because I'm backpedaling a lot.
Hey, listen.
Out of anything we talk about, that's the only thing I get uncertain about, and I start backpedaling. And I start feeling
pretty confident in everything else.
Yeah, exactly. Everything I feel like I'm sturdy with my opinion, but them it's it's like when you have a fuck up son or something. It's the one thing you can't be honest about.
That's true.
Or you have a wife you don't like, allegedly.
Allegedly.
These are all things I don't know about. So, well, you have Mission Impossible up there.
I've got almost all the stuff that we're trying to talk about.
But I see
one thing I didn't look at.
I see it up there, so.
Actually, I feel kind of bad now because I've got articles for everything I wrote down, and I didn't bring up anything for the ones you wrote down.
That's because I didn't even tell you what they were. Well, actually, one thing
we were talking about the first thing, so really that was kind of my thing that I brought up.
Yeah.
And then,
was that an old story?
The bottom thing was well, it was an old story.
All right.
That I really didn't look into. Because I thought, I don't really care.
Yeah.
Because of who was in it. And then I watched a video on it and realized how dumb it was because it was actually, even worse than I thought.
Yeah, all right. Then you know what? We're scratching that. I don't want an old story. We're new.
Yeah, we only talk about new stuff.
We keep it
the stuff that was on last week.
And Tremors.
Hey, they made a new one.
Yeah, they
They
probably
had made a new TV series that they didn't even release.
Yeah, so it was relevant,
Yeah,
very
that's messed
relevant.
up,
People were in the streets.
It was actually on the news, or it was in the news story.
Tremors?
Yeah, that week that we were talking about it.
Really?
Because that was when I saw that they had done that TV show with Kevin Bacon.
Oh,
and then they didn't release it.
Right. That's actually
That's what brought it back up.
Yeah, and then we
And then
watched that really, really bad one.
Then we watched. Yeah, they have those two new ones that they did.
It was like
terrible.
I mean, it was called like Tremors Ice Age, but they were in like they looked like they were still in New Mexico.
Right. It's like no ice at all.
Yeah,
except for like the very first scene.
There was one scene.
The very first scene it looked like they were in ice, and then I guess by the time Bert got up there,
it was like
it all
it's,
melted.
Yeah, now it's New Mexico again. Ice Age. Well, we had a little. Yeah, we had some.
It was that global warming.
Yeah. This is the new Ice Age in the age of global warming.
Guys, we gotta stop global warming because if we don't, tremors will come up.
Yeah. That's one more thing to worry about. Worry about your face melting off and.
Jesus. Hey, talk about me being unprofessional. The remote's over there. You haven't even put the on air.
Oh, it's on. Look. Don't test me, motherfucker. Listen, I made a point.
I did too good a job on this side. I can't see the lights.
Yeah, too hidden. I made a point to put it on because there's a bunch of refugees scurrying about our offices right now. So
that's true. You gotta let them know not to come in.
Yeah,
here.
exactly.
How much you want to bet somebody walks in anyway?
I bet I know which one it is.
No, I bet I know too. Maybe the Holy Ghost will just
come right in when he hears us talking about Mission Impossible. but
yeah, we even have his little mic stand set up, but he didn't get his mic.
It's like in memoriam.
That's why. That's why it's right there. Is because he was supposed to bring it, and
we'll pretend he's dead.
Didn't. He's an actual ghost now.
Yeah. It's all right. Pour one out for him.
These people. You just can't do it.
All right, let's get down to business here.
Right.
What would you rate Mission Impossible out of 30?
Well, I don't know, like out of all movies or out of just like action movies.
Out of action movies.
Of action movies, it was pretty good.
Like,
I mean, it was, had some decent scenes in it.
What's that like?
I'd give it a 7. Yeah.
7.
Yeah. Not a 97% like these weirdos.
Yeah, I don't know why it got such a high rating. Like,
you know what? I wonder if
I think there's
really cool. Real quick, we need to figure out how to make what's on my screen part of the camera so we can jump back and forth between them so you can see the articles.
Get out of here. Listen.
I know one step at a time. I'm just saying.
Listen, this might be the end of our bad streak. So we're not even going to worry about getting that up right now. Like, it's lucky enough. What happened?
Oh, no.
What'd you do?
Oh, no. Sorry, it's just the... What
see?
happened? It's this TV.
This was your fault. You brought up, like... You tested God. You said...
It's the stupid AirPlay. It just turns off. Apple, your AirPlay sucks.
You said, like, I could have, like... Oh, I got the camera now. Well, you know what? I don't even want just the camera. I want the camera with screen switching capabilities. I want it from 3 angles. I wanted to know what I'm thinking before I type it.
It's just this. I don't know. The stupid AirPlay's not working now.
All right.
I mean, all it means is you can't see anything. I don't care.
I don't care either. I don't need your articles. I don't need facts or anything other than just what I'm feeling in my gut. Right here. This is where all the opinions lie.
This is the man that thinks looking things up in a discussion is cheating. You're supposed to just guess.
Nah, you're supposed to know if you know it or not,
What if you don't know it? I'll say, I don't know this. I'm going to look it up real quick.
No, I say, I don't know this. Well, so what do you think it is? Say, let's see. Let's try to puzzle it out. Do you think MSG is bad for you? I got into a thing with somebody today about MSG.
I haven't even looked at it enough to even come close to knowing.
No. Well, See, that was my opinion on it. Like, I didn't know, but I said it as like
you're like, I'm gonna yell this.
No,
at somebody.
I got it. I said something as a joke, and then he was like, "You're wrong," and then I was like,
Was he like for MSG?
"Yeah, he was for MSG." Like, I said it as a joke. It was like,
Asian, huh?
I saw this video of people in a nail salon fighting, and it was like, it was a bunch of like, it was like some black woman had got a black woman had got her nails like messed up or something, and she was fighting with like the people, and it was like a brawl. Like the women who were running the nail salon had like brooms and stuff, and they were like hitting them, and it was just like complete chaos.
Everybody was kung fu fighting.
Yeah. But anyway, I said something in there, like we were talking about it. We were talking about the LA riots or something.
I was probably all MSG they eat.
Yeah, I was like something like they've been feeding them MSG for years. Like, I don't even remember what my joke was, but it was totally like a side point. But then he said like, "You're wrong." I was like, and then I was like, well, now I'm defensive. Like, I had no opinion about what MSG did or like what it is beforehand. Like, I thought it was just like some salt they put in there essentially to make it taste better. I'm like, I don't even think salt is bad for you, so maybe I don't think MSG is bad. But like, someone saying you're wrong, it's just like, well, now I have to fight. No, I'm not wrong.
That's how you end up with white people yelling at black people about white supremacy.
Oh my, that video is pretty crazy. Like, that whole thing.
Just amazing.
People just have no, first of all, just no common courtesy. Like, what do you want to go?
Like, they're eating breakfast. Like, they're not doing anything.
Should we like preface it? Should we be more professional?
Y'all should watch the news, okay? Know what we're talking about.
Watch the news, or get on
Twitter.
Exactly. Get on Twitter, and
we should probably do a better job of like retweeting these things so that people that follow our Twitter will actually see it.
Yeah, if they're but I don't know. Like, I'm so bad at that stuff. Like, I'm not good at.
See, like I need to put our Twitter on my phone, because if our Twitter was on my phone,
you just
probably
retweet
a bunch of stuff. I don't retweet it from my personal account, but
because why would you?
Yeah.
All right.
Because nobody's gonna see it.
I'm gonna get it onto your phone then.
Yeah.
You give me your phone, and you promise to do that, because I hate I never remember to do it. I don't like. All right, well, this is off-air discussion stuff, you know.
Nah, everybody needs to know the ins and outs of
Yeah.
our business plan.
Yeah, I do want people to see us scars.
You
and
watch
all.
us grow.
Yeah, exactly. It'll be a beautiful thing.
We're
Don't
like
you
a
want
family here.
Yeah, don't you want to be one of the originals? You know, one of the Dirty Dozen. We'll get you. We'll brand you. Like, we'll scar you. We'll cut you up, and then like you'll be a soldier for us.
There you go. Oh no.
Oh wait. Yeah. Oh my God.
I was trying to bend it up.
You know, I bet you wish you weren't being recorded right now.
I don't care. Y'all can all make your own podcast.
Yeah.
And then I'll make fun of you when you do it. And if you don't, then you can shut up.
That's true. Right. Let's get back to this movie here.
Yeah, so I give it a 7. What about you?
I'd actually. It's funny, because like you were making fun of it more than me when we walked out, but I'd probably give it lower. Maybe I just have higher like movie standards.
Well, it's a 7 for an action movie.
Yeah. I guess for an action movie.
I'm not saying out of all movies, probably give it like a 5.
Yeah.
Like, provided for some good comedy after, but
yeah.
Other than that,
I think the fact that Ving Rhames has turned into an old gay man is an interesting plot to the whole Mission Impossible franchise.
Right? I need to go back and watch the first ones to see like how different it is.
Yeah,
like I haven't seen.
He's tough. Like, he used to be so tough. Like, his voice, like, it's just like that voice on like his pudgy little face now, and like his Hawaiian, like he goes around
when
wearing
you get
like
older, you don't have as much testosterone.
Yeah, and he goes around wearing like bowling shirts and stuff. Like, you know what I mean? Like,
his
instead
little fedora.
And his little fedora. Like, he used to wear like, you know, like skin tight, like, you know, like black like turtlenecks. Like, damn, this guy's like looking ready to kill. Now he's like, oh, that's my Ethan. like, I don't know if you saw it. I was literally laughing when he was crying, talking about Ethan's wife.
Yeah.
I was giggling, sitting in the theater, like, what the hell is going on in this movie? He's like, oh, you have to understand, he's a little precious man, my Ethan. He's just going through a lot right now, and she loved him.
We still need to talk to Mikey because I want to know why he thought it was so amazing.
Yeah, it would be nice. It would be nice to hear like another opinion on it. Like, I guess he just liked the act. I mean, like here's what they did good. Okay, I'll say this is what they did. Like the things they did good was like in their action scenes, they did a good job of like escalating action. You know, it would be like, it would be like, really, is another thing gonna happen now? You know what I mean? It's like, okay, we're chasing each other in a helicopter, and then the helicopter crashes, and then then the crashed helicopter goes in between a cliff, and then like we're fighting on a rope on some like in between two helicopters. You know, it was like every time you thought like, okay, now the good guy's gonna win. Like they did that like 10 times, or it was like, oh. Like, you know, so they kept faking you out, and like that was like fun, you know, like they were well like planned out in that like way.
Yeah.
But I tell you what, there was also I think another thing, like I think that part was good. I think some of the actors were good. Like Henry Cavill should have been good if they would have gave him more to do.
Yeah, for sure.
That hot White Widow.
Yeah, White Widow.
White Widow, like she was great. Should have had more of her.
For sure. I love how they did that one scene where she kissed Tom Cruise.
Yeah.
And then that was like nothing else happened between them. I was like, why?
Well, you know, like...
I mean, was that like her in the middle? Be like, oh, I was just improv. She just wanted to kiss Tom Cruise.
Like, definitely not.
Hashtag me too.
Yeah. That's
like,
definitely...
I don't understand it.
I don't think like she is... I don't know, maybe women are still attracted to Tom Cruise. I don't know how they feel about that. I'm weirded out by him now. Like,
yeah.
Not even
it's
just
a whole Scientology thing, I think.
No, I'm just weirded out by like a 50-year-old who won't like stop like acting like he's 20.
Dude, just play a dad now.
Yeah, exactly. Like you could slow down, man. Take the easy checks. You know, you could do all sorts of like Oscar bait stuff where you're playing like, I remember when I was your age, you know, kind of like mentor figures, you know. You could just rake in the money, sit on couches, wear like blazer, or wear, what are those things called? Like those little like cardigans, you know. You could make a whole movie is like, that's your only wardrobe instead of like having to sprint across a football field. You know, just to me, it's just like, man.
That was funny.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know, man. It was too predictable for me. Like, I could see too many things coming, you know? It was just like, eh.
Yeah, and they did their best to try and hide it, but at the end of the day, it's like a movie they've made a bunch of times before. You can kind of like, you know, if you're just using your critical like thinking, you know where things are gonna go. You know.
You want to know the other thing I had a problem with? So this is a Mission Impossible movie.
Right.
You know, super long. All this stuff, all this bad stuff happens. Nothing bad happened at all. So, like, you know, he loses the stuff at the first.
Yeah, he loses.
Nothing bad happens from that.
Yeah.
I mean, nobody that's close to him dies.
Yeah.
Like, in the fifth movie, you'd think they'd be trying to kill somebody off by now.
Right? The cast is getting a little bloated.
Yeah, I was going to say, like, neither one of the two guys that he hangs out with
I think
died.
Ving Rhames needs to go.
Right. His wife or the new chick doesn't die. Neither one of them die.
He's going to get a third chick. He's going to get the White Widow in the next one.
Right?
He's going to have like a cavalcade of women like, you know,
nothing bad happened.
who are all super understanding about the other one.
Right?
Yeah, like...
Oh, well, I remarried, so it's fine. You go ahead.
That was the other best part about it. The husband, like the husband of his ex-wife, who is just like, never was there a happier man to be having sex with your wife. like he's meeting his wife and he's like, oh, and then this guy's coming in like, hey buddy, how you doing? Have you met my wife here? Oh, she's just so, I love you, just so great, so good. Like he was like ear to ear smiles, like, oh hey, come on man, you want to hang out in our tent? You want to come on man, hey, you're cool dude, I got a good feeling about you. Like, so cool with like,
It was weird.
yeah,
It was a very weird thing.
it's a dude who has no read of like social cues. Like
Yeah.
usually when people are like, cause like they were just in an intense emotional, like, you know, like, oh my God, I haven't seen you in forever, Ethan. And like, they were like, oh, and then he comes in like,
here?
yeah.
Oh, it's probably a bad thing.
Yeah, exactly. He just comes over, bowls over that energy, doesn't read it at all. Hey there, buddy. How you doing? That was maybe the greatest thing in the movie.
Oh my gosh.
I love guys like that. I love when it's like the new dude, but instead of like the new dude being like a jerk, he's like super nice.
Right. You just want to hate him even more.
Yeah, exactly. It makes him more hateable. But he's just like, oh hey man, you know what? It's all cool. It's all cool. You want to get back with him? I understand. Like, hey, I'm just happy to have met you for a few years.
It's about what men look like nowadays.
Yeah, right. Maybe. Totally. That dude. Yeah, that's a certified cuck, right? Grade A.
Sure.
Like that's the definition. He would have sat there just like, hey man, way to do it. Way to do it. High five. You know. But I guess like it's also funny to see it from Tom Cruise's angle because like he's just like, man, this guy's like, he's really liking my girl. You know.
I don't know.
Of course, it's not
I
his girl.
also think Tom Cruise was just overacting like the whole movie.
Yeah,
It's like, yeesh.
there was a lot of that. There's a lot of scenes where it's like
He doesn't play like a mad type well enough.
yeah.
Like when he gets like mad, it just seems like overacting. It's like, eesh.
I look back at his old movies though, he wasn't like that.
Maybe not. Maybe he's just trying to overcompensate for the age now.
Maybe I think he's like lost some sort of connection with people. You know, I think that's also the thing. Maybe a thing.
Scientology.
Yeah, like he's. Maybe I just want to blame Scientology, so I'm saying that, but
I'm blaming it.
yeah, like it seems like he's just been in a cult too long, where like he's not used to interacting with people that way. You know what I mean? Like if you have people around you all the time that are like yes manning you, it's or like just like totally cool with whatever. Maybe you just start to lose like regular emotions. Like you think like when's the last time you think you had like a real argument? You know what I mean? Because he just hangs around people that like this is what I picture anyway. People that like, you know, like scrub his shoes and like
kiss his ass all the time.
kiss his ass, like, you know, literally treat him like God because like Miss Cabbage will beat him if they don't.
In the middle of the United States.
Yeah.
Just in the middle somewhere.
You think?
Because people just don't treat you like that in the middle. They don't give a shit.
He's in a like even for a like a regular Hollywood guy, he's in a particularly strange situation.
Well, yeah, but you know what I mean.
Like he'll probably have a mausoleum built after him when he's dead. Like you know what I mean?
Yeah.
He'll get the next Sphinx built after him. It'll be Tom Cruise like laying naked on his tummy. You know.
Just saying, you know, like people in the middle of the country just don't give a shit like how famous you are. You know.
No.
It's like if you're being a dick, they're gonna tell you. Like, I don't care if you're famous. Like,
He should
you're an
definitely.
asshole.
Even he's probably though even too famous for like Montana. You know what I mean? Like he's bigger than even that.
I don't know, man. I've seen a lot of people in the middle of the country just not care.
Yeah, you
They're
think
just
so?
like,
I'd like to see him like.
like, yeah, you were good in that movie. You're being a dick right
You
now.
ever you ever seen It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia? You ever watch that show?
Mm-hmm.
Remember Mac's mom? Mac's mom, she's like a pudgy woman, like she's just always smoking cigarettes. And like there's a part like where Dennis is trying to seduce her and she's like, yeah, don't give a shit. Just like sitting there like watching TV smoking cigarettes.
No.
And he's like he puts her hand on his like on her like thigh. She's just like, oh, not interested. Like that's like the middle of the country.
Yep.
You got to see that character. She's actually pretty great.
That's funny.
Yeah. So I guess like those are like two good things and like 20 negative things. Even though it's more enjoyable than that. There's just a lot of
like it's a good movie to like just go.
Yeah, you got to meet it at the level that it's made. It's not The Godfather. You can have fun and like have fun like at the movie's expense and with the movie at some point. So it's
so,
a fun
definitely go
watch.
watch it. It's just
Ghost Protocol is still their best one.
for sure.
I think that's still number one. That was way better, like, because that one was more moving forward always. Like this one they have too many parts where it's like it tries to be dramatic, but it's like
it tries to be dramatic, but it's just like it's too predictable for that.
Yeah, like Tom Cruise is not a great actor for that anymore, and like there are dramatic scenes where it's like when people are yelling about stupid things, it just sounds silly, it takes you totally out of it. Like, hey, they got 3 nuclear cores and they are gonna get it into this city and that city. It's like, no, they're not. Shush.
We all know how this is ending.
Yeah, it's like quiet. Just shh. Like, just want to shush them. Stop it. Go to the next scene. Yeah, like, okay, we get it.
Stop it.
Yeah, you don't have to tell us, like, you can just, the audience inherently gets that 3 nuclear bombs going off in cities is bad. Just go on. You don't have to show us through the emotions of these great actors, Unless it's going to be Ving Rhames crying. I don't want to see it.
Oh, Ethan.
Oh, it's just so sad. All the people to get there, and all the cities, and all the religions are mad at each other now, and
He's just too good a guy.
Yeah, he's just too good a
save
guy.
me instead of the world.
Yeah, that was the other thing that was kind of like bad writing. It's like his only flaw is that he's too good to people.
He's always trying to save people.
Yeah.
Like, eesh.
It's like, yeah. It's like, oh, that's relatable. Oh, no. Yeah, like, oh, a guy that's like, I'm too awesome. His thing is, his only issue is that he runs too fast when he's chasing after terrorists. Sometimes he overruns them. Yeah. Oh, no, they're back there. I overran them by a football field. Yeah. All right. So, see that or don't see it. Oh, and it's been frozen forever.
Yeah, we got the first 9.5 minutes. That was it.
Whatever. We're gonna put static images. We're going to static images.
Yeah. Don't worry, you'll still get to see it on YouTube.
Yeah, I should ask somebody to. Yeah.
Damn.
But don't promise that. Don't promise that.
Well, if you don't see it, it's my partner's fault. So should I save this? Probably not.
Probably not.
You're a joke.
Yeah.
Logitech, you suck.
Get it next time. We'll get it. We'll get it next time.
Why don't you make something that's compatible with a Mac?
Yeah, you jerk.
Okay, of course. Now my...
Oh, well, good. I like to be hidden anyway.
This is dumb.
And I didn't tan or I didn't do like a workout today, so it's good. It's good not to be on camera.
I didn't jack myself up today,
Yeah.
so...
Next time we go to do it, I'm gonna do like 100. I said 20, and I'm like, that's not a lot. It's not really that much. It sounded like a lot in my head, like woof.
Man, I did a lot.
No, I think I drink too much water. I worry about everything.
I mean,
this is
drink quite a bit of water to be too much water.
This was my thought today. Anxiety is really just like creative thinking. Like, look at all the things you can imagine to like can happen. Like,
keep telling yourself
I can think of so many crazily bad scenarios. Like, man, that's like this guy's creative. Like, it's just another form of creative thinking. Just like doomsday scenarios,
You can keep telling yourself that.
Like now, I used to think a week ago, I think I wasn't drinking enough water. Now I'm thinking I'm drinking too much water.
The thing that's gonna be weird about this podcast
What?
is we talked about like the most entertaining thing first. Or not most entertaining, but like the most non-political thing first.
Yeah.
And after this, it's just gonna go all like serious kind of.
Yeah, exactly. It's gonna go straight from fun. Well, I don't like to leave. I don't like to leave people happy. I want to leave them sad. I want to lure them in with like candy.
Start listening. Mission Impossible.
Yeah. We're not good people. It's like Hansel and Gretel. We're bringing them in with the candy to cook them in the oven.
You gotta bring them in, and then destroy their life.
Exactly. Come on. We're trying to get you on the hook. With put out a little fish, we can gore your lip with a damn with the damn tackle or whatever it is. What's the second thing on here?
Huh?
That's pretty dramatic. What's the second thing on here? Oh, the stealth editing.
Yeah. It's just in case anybody wants to like go there. I guess it's called newsdiffs.org.
Mm-hmm.
And it's Night Mozilla came up with it, I think. And so what they do is they track articles written by these big publications like the New York Times, Washington Post, BBC, all those. They take their original articles and archive them, and then anytime they update them without saying that they've updated them, like they show you all the updates and changes they've made.
Is there somebody that talks about this regularly, like so you can know? Because it's something that I would never look up myself. You know what I mean?
I don't know.
Yeah, because you have to be
Tim Pool.
Yeah.
He talks about it a little bit because that's why he was because that's where I first found out about this website. Was because they were talking about the Sarah Jeong thing, which I guess really those two things are kind of related. So I don't know why I wrote them so far apart, but
well, we can
my
link
mind bounces.
We can link them here in the theater of the imagination.
Yeah, my mind bounces around.
Imagine, if you will, a scenario.
But apparently, when the Sarah Jeong article came out from the BBC, they had, originally they wrote an article that said that her tweets were that New York Times, the title was New York Times defends, I don't remember the exact what it said. It was like New York Times defends racist tweets from their new editor or something like that. And then it said in the article she posted racist tweets. And then when they updated it, they put the title, they put the racist tweets in parentheses, and then changed racist in the article to inflammatory.
Yeah. Well, the reason they should say that they are doing or that they're editing that is because it does change the tone of the article.
Yeah.
Like it absolutely changes the tone, what those words mean. Like if you put it the first way, it's kind of building a case. Like it builds a case for itself against Jeong.
Yeah.
And this is actually why I can see this is why I was kind of asking you if you could see it in other scenarios. Because it's bad if they're just going back and changing the story without telling you. But in that, from where they changed it, from their perspective, they could be saying, we wanted to make it so that we're not, putting in a prejudgment in the person's head.
See, they could have said that. But what they said in this case was they actually said that they changed it because of what she said about the situation.
Yeah.
And it was because she said, she was going after a troll.
Yeah.
And so,
they were like, that's it? Then, that's...
so we're going to go with what she said. And,
which is... which is crazy, because, it's so funny that there's, this game where it's, there's... For some people, it's racism in any context. And then for other people, it's, it's so context-specific. Your racism, the things she said about white people doesn't count because of so many different context related things to those sayings. You have to put her in the context of history, in the context of her life, and in the context of what other people are saying to her. Yeah. But then there's some people where it's you can say a totally innocuous thing, where you're just like a white person that's singing a song that's that's has somebody else's word in it, and like there's just no context, like the context of that doesn't matter at all. You just get to get smeared as a racist.
Yeah,
like,
man, it's ridiculous.
That's a crazy thing to me. That's a crazy double standard.
Well, I mean, the thing that he was talking about originally, like with the...
And that's also, I just want to say, like, that's also why it's hard to believe, like, their intent. But I guess, like, if they didn't even, like, go with what I was saying, like, I think I gave them a good out. Like, they could have used that and been fine, but it would have been hard to believe them anyway, because, like, they have no problem slanting, like, their other stuff.
For sure.
Like, what are those... Eric Weinstein had a word for those. They were, like, cognitive... I don't remember, but
I don't
what
listen
you were
to him
saying?
enough to know quotes from him.
I think he's a super interesting person.
Oh yeah, no, he definitely is. I haven't listened to him as much.
Yeah.
But the thing that they were talking about, the news diffs thing originally, like one of the biggest things that they saw was they were talking about the New York. I think it was either the New York Times or the Washington Post. I don't remember which one, but apparently one of them wrote a story about that lady that resigned from Reddit, the CEO, and apparently when they first posted a story about it, they wrote like nothing but like facts, and it was like not opinionated at all. It was just, like she resigned, this day, she said this, like, and that it was basically like what they left it at. And apparently people were sharing that like all over the place, and apparently like the writer went back and edited it as an op-ed, and then like basically just wrote a bunch of stuff talking about how it was like sexism and like all this stuff. So people had already shared the article. Like,
I don't actually remember this being a story at the time. The Reddit CEO, like, do you remember it being a story at the time?
It was probably a long time. It was a while ago.
Yeah, I guess, and I was less plugged in probably at that point in my life.
Yeah, I think I saw something about it.
It's probably whacking off. Sorry, I just wanted to.
Oh man, but yeah, I mean, I think that was what he was mainly talking about. But yeah. Apparently,
I just don't remember the story. I wish I had like a larger thing for what was going on at the time, so I kind of like connect to why it was a big deal, or like what was the big deal that they were saying this woman got ousted for sexism, or didn't she?
Yeah, I don't remember.
Yeah,
a very old story.
No.
There was. Type in Reddit CEO.
Yeah, you can look it up.
Reddit CEO resigns. Apparently,
I'll tell you one thing. What was that?
Powell resigned on July 10th and was replaced by Reddit co-founder Steve Huffman on July 12th.
What was her name?
Peo? Something Peo?
Peo?
Ellen Powell.
Ellen Powell. That name sounds familiar. Mitch McConnell's wife?
Has resigned following a user backlash against the sacking of one of the company's employees.
Ah, so there's a whole thing about this. All right, well, we don't have to get too into it, because it was 5 years ago, but...
There you go.
Yeah, kind of interesting, I guess.
But
I tell you, I get scared the way, or, not scared, like I'm hiding under my shit, but it's just weird that some of these companies, like these media companies, have so much power. Like that's the thing about the whole Alex Jones thing. Like, he's a funny guy to make fun of, and like you don't really give a crap what happens to him because he's like, I'm never on there. Like, what do I care? But it's just like scary the way it's like they can like blot out your existence, like, and they coordinate with each other. Like, he got kicked off of Apple, Facebook,
and Spotify.
Yeah, and Spotify all at once. Like, that'll just like that can just destroy you. You're not gonna grow any, like, even though he has his website still, like, it kills any growth that he could have had, or kills like him reaching people. And a lot of people that go there, they're just not gonna, like, remember when they kicked Owen Benjamin off Twitter?
Yeah,
it's like you were saying yourself.
Jobs, man. I don't see him as much anymore.
Yeah, and you're like a dedicated fan more so than regular people. Like, there's gonna be people that are just like, well, whatever. If it's not in my thing, then I don't care. Yeah. Like, it totally kills you.
It is very crazy.
Yeah, and the fact that they can, like, that there's just these, just a couple of companies that control the way like everyone's looking. It kind of sucks because it means like like the internet is becoming what TV was, where it has these gatekeepers, and like pretty soon they're gonna be, you can't get on there unless you're.
I mean, they tried to ban memes in the UK.
Yeah, I saw that.
So, I mean.
Oh,
I meant these people thinking that.
I meant to send you something. I saw a thing that was like a church of Keck. Like a literal church, like a little meme church.
Jeez.
That's definitely banned in the UK.
Yeah, it has to be.
Right? It's pretty funny.
Man.
I think they're just trolls.
Right.
I mean, they are just trolls.
I mean, they have to be.
Just like...
I don't know, though, man. People search out for, like, groups of people that they can get along with like that,
Yeah.
It's like because of technology, pretty much, like, you don't see as much of people anymore, so, like, you get this weird, or, like, really, I think it's because people are looking for meaning, and people have been, like, kind of pulled away from the church, so then they start doing other activities that are, like, in, like, a weird way, they're, like, tribal, and, like, like, you have to do stuff with other, it's kind of like, vegans, and, like, CrossFit, and, like, shit like that.
Well,
like, you have to say, like, oh, yeah, I do CrossFit.
And it not only, like, fulfills, like, the religious thing, where it's, like, you need something bigger than yourself to be, like, it fills that communal thing that people start missing out, where, like, I just realized I don't talk to people. I sit at my home all day. I'm a lonely fucker.
See, I don't see why people don't like that.
Like, well, yeah, you don't like millennials, but you like the world they created. Oh man, we don't talk to each other anymore. This is fantastic. Hey, listen, good job, kids.
I mean, they had to do one thing, right?
Yeah, by accident. Even though they want to be like super connected.
Right? Yeah, they want to be super connected, and they made a world where you don't have to connect with anybody.
Yeah, where people like.
Good job.
Yeah, don't talk to each other pretty much at all.
Oh, we're talking to people all the time. We play video games with them online, and we talk to them online, and we do everything online.
Yeah. For a year, like, that was my friends. Just video game people online.
Right.
People that I used to know. People that I used to know. Well, maybe we should bring up here, just because we were talking about the Tim Pool thing before, the Portland, fights.
Dude, that was crazy, man.
I have to say, I think you're watching too much live stream.
I was yelling at people.
Yeah, you weren't yelling at people. You're getting into your,
It's so, like, stupid to have to, like, listen to people yell. Like, one, that same stupid chant that they've been saying since 2016.
For the people not watching, he
no
has a
Trump,
very angry face.
No, what is it? No Trump. No KKK. No Nazi USA. Or no fascist USA. Some
I think fascist.
bullshit like that. Some stupid.
Those are all bad
They're yelling that at black people. Like, is some of the videos I was watching, at Puerto Ricans, at, like, all different races. They yelled it at a transgender person that was on the right that was there. Like,
yeah,
it was amazing.
That I am linked along with the with people attacking Charlie Kirk and Candace Owens in a Philadelphia restaurant.
Yeah,
that stuff. That is so bad, man. It's so bad. But it seems at least this keeps happening in one place. But it's so bad that there's these groups that are fighting each other now.
Well, that was in Berkeley, I think, or it was somewhere in California.
A couple of weeks ago, I thought it was in Portland again.
No. Portland was 2 days ago. Berkeley was yesterday.
Yeah, Berkeley yesterday, and then but a couple of like the one where the Proud Boy knocked that dude into back to Soviet Russia.
I don't remember where that one was.
I thought that was in Portland.
It might have been. Because, what's his name? The Joey Gibson, the leader of Patriot Prayer, is from Portland, I think.
Yeah, well, then it probably was in Portland. Like, I think they started, like, they did.
And I think he's running for Senate there, too.
Oh, boy.
He was, like, campaigning while they were out there. It was pretty funny.
Yikes.
It was pretty funny.
He's going to get killed.
I mean, he might, but it's still funny.
It's crazy to me that, like, this is the way, though. I don't know if I live in, like, a I mean, I guess to some extent I do, but if I live in like a bubble of like just seeing people on the left be crazy violent, like
Oh no, they are.
like I see just so many videos of people like that, of people on the left like ripping hats off people's face, like people's heads,
Because
and, like,
they've been told it's all right,
yeah,
man.
and screaming at people, and all the stuff with Antifa, and like
This is why people don't give a shit when Trump calls out the media.
yeah, as the enemy of the people.
Yeah, because they let this shit happen. They're like, oh no, it was the right wing that was being violent. It was like, it's not what I saw.
I tell you what, though, a story that you didn't have out there that's worth talking about? That whole thing with, like, Jim Acosta, where he's, like...
Pansy.
Yeah. Where he's getting, like, he's acting up like he's getting, like, threatened and killed. It's like,
Yeah,
I just don't...
basically like, Jim Acosta, you suck.
Yeah, but then afterwards, like, like, they're shaking his hand, like, like, oh...
Well, they're just kind of laughing at him.
Yeah.
It's because they're trolls.
Well, yeah, that's what it is, right? He's, like, the heel. He's like, he's like the bad guy you love to hate because he's so hateable. And then, like, but the people don't seem to hold him any ill will, clearly.
Well, yeah, it's like, we don't give a shit about you. We just want to make fun of you.
Yeah, exactly. Like, you're just fun people to make cry because then, like, they get all like, well, I just can't believe this. This is
self-righteous.
Yeah. Ugh.
We should play that clip of Sarah Sanders just like talking to him like a little 3-year-old.
Yeah, that was she went to town on him, but then he just did like his whole like.
I'm gonna walk out. I just can't believe she didn't denounce what the president said.
Yeah, even though it's like an old topic, like
right. It's like the president has said that. Oh, well, we're gonna have reporters being just beaten and like. But where has that happened?
I just think
the Portland guy who got hit in the head. Oh, that was from Antifa. Yeah. Good job.
It just seems disingenuous to be like, to feel so like I feel like my life is in danger, but then like they go up to you and shake your hand and like, hey, what's up? And like, oh man, Jim Acosta taking a picture with you, like they're loving it. Like they just like to make fun of you because like that's what you're there for, and then you go out into public and like put on this image like it's like they would have killed me if I did not like get out of there in time, like when that's not like I just find that kind of thing so it's toxic. It's toxic emasculinity. It's toxic femininity.
There you go. He is pretty feminine.
Yeah, something about that guy just I don't like at all. I hate. Well,
it's just something about liberal men.
No, I just hate self-righteous people. I hate people that like, it's not for me. I do things on the name of the press. Like, no, you don't. You're working for yourself, man.
I think we said the same thing. Yeah. Liberal men, self-righteous people.
Well,
I'm doing this for women.
If there was a
I'm doing this for minorities.
There was a Venn diagram.
Shut the fuck up.
Like, those things might be closely linked, closely associated. For listeners at home,
they almost pass over.
He's
again, like they started.
105% of liberal men are self-righteous. Well, I guess it depends what kind of liberal. That's for a while.
They are so self-righteous. They yell at black people that they shouldn't be white supremacists.
That's for you. Really have to be like sniffing your own farts on that one. like,
I mean, come on.
Yeah,
it's outrageous.
That's a little. Yo, why you so extra? Why you extra?
F white supremacy. It's like. Yeah, no, I'm black.
I'm with you. I'm with you on that.
I don't know who you're yelling at.
Yeah, well, I don't even know what that is. Like, I honestly like that one. That's the kind of thing where it's like I can't even have an opinion on it because it just short circuits my head when I see it. Like I just like start going like.
This can't be real. I'm dreaming. I gotta be dreaming.
Exactly. Yeah, smack my head a couple of times.
Throw some water on your face.
Yeah. Wake up, wake up, wake up. Where's my totem? Pull me out, pull me out. I'm living in a simulation.
That stuff in Portland, though, is pretty crazy. Like,
yeah, no.
because, I mean, apparently that stuff goes on all the time.
How many hours of a stream do you think you watched?
Oh, I fell asleep at one point, but probably 4 or 5 hours.
You watched 4 or 5 hours in a day. You were sitting there for a while looking at those.
Won't deny it.
You know.
Oh, I was just talking about like that one day.
Yeah.
I wasn't talking total.
Total, it's got to be like 10 hours.
Probably.
Yeah, 10 hours of that stream.
Well, I'll tell you what. I didn't know that was going to be going on, the Portland stuff. I've actually, like, the week before that, for some odd reason, like, I had been watching a lot of their old Portland stuff.
Yeah.
Like, them walking around, like, because they do it a lot, apparently, the Patriots Prayer.
Yeah.
Like, they go around a lot and, like, mess with Antifa. Because apparently, like, anytime they get a call that's like, hey, Antifa's over here, like, messing, like, with this group of people, like, they'll go. And, like, you know.
It's literally a vigilante fucking fighting each other in the street.
But they don't even fight them most of the time. Like, that's the thing. Patriot Prayer, like, almost never fights them.
Yeah.
Like, almost never. They videotape them a lot. Like, they come, videotape them. I think they try to do the thing where they, like, I mean, they'll call it doxing, but they just try to, like, show who's doing it.
Yeah.
But, because I was watching one of them, they had, like, this Amish-looking dude. Huge beard, like the weird hat.
Brother Malachi.
Yeah, and he had a sign, and I guess they were, like, protesting outside. Like, it was him, like, one person protesting outside of a Planned Parenthood, and all he was doing was holding a sign. Like, wasn't saying anything, and apparently, like, 30 Antifa people were, like, harassing him. Yeah, that's how big of a fucking pussies these people are. They need 30 people. So, like, Patriot Prayer, like, came down to, like, help him, I think. And so then, like, you know, Antifa starts out, they're throwing, like, little Tide Pod things at, like, you know, at them, and, like, they're throwing eggs at them.
And they're like, we're millennials, we eat these.
No, that was the joke. He's like, shouldn't y'all be eating these? And so, like, they're throwing those. And, dude, it's just so funny watching these people throw, like, little girls. Because half of them are little girls.
Maybe they're just trying to, like, communicate with them. They're like, give them some of our food.
Well, see, and then it always escalates, though, because then they'll, like, throw glitter, like, in their face. You know, like, try to get it in their eyes and shit. And then they'll try to pepper spray them.
That's an escalation.
Yeah, and then, like, they had silly string at one point, and they were, like, spraying it all over them. And then, like, one of them, the silly string ran out. They threw the can and hit one of the Patriot Prayer guys in the face.
Jeez.
Like, his nose was bleeding. He had already got glitter all over his face, and he's still just videotaping. And, like, they don't retaliate. They just videotape and shit. Like, look, this is what they do. And, like, so really, I would say Patriot's Prayer, like, they are very, like, patient people.
Yeah.
Because, like, that shit happens to me, I'll beat the shit out of every single one of you by myself. Like, let's go, Antifa. Like, I guarantee you I'll take out at least 10 of you before you get me.
You know?
Especially since half their people are women, and they send all of them first. Because they're pussies.
Well, I guess you could take out that half. Kind of a Pyrrhic victory for you.
No,
You probably.
I'm just saying. No, I'd get through 10 of their men before.
Well, that's the thing about, like, those guys. They're not, like, they don't seem to be head-on confront you.
They're just so much malnourished looking beta, just, ugh.
Beta. I love calling people beta.
Well, actually, I don't even know if they'd be considered beta. What is, like, what's further down the line?
Omegas.
Yeah.
They're Zetas.
Yeah, they're down at the O's.
Yeah, or Z. They're Zetas.
Yeah.
Right?
Z's. That's how they identify.
They're Zers.
That's what it stands for. A bunch of Zetas.
You know, we don't have this up on the board, but all this fighting I think we should talk about the Rough and Rowdy.
Hell yeah.
The Rough and
Bring
Rowdy.
it back up.
Yeah, the Rough and the Rough and Rowdy better come to Texas.
Right?
First
Did
off.
he ever respond?
You saw it. I asked him, right?
Yeah, I saw that today.
Yeah.
Because I saw it and I was like, oh, finally somebody asked. Then I saw it.
And then it was me.
I was like, hey.
Yeah. Finally, someone asked. Oh, it's me.
Damn, he probably won't even see it.
Yeah. Facts don't give a fuck about anybody if you let them spill their guts out in a full sweat knowing you're about to
What are you reading?
gut them. He responded to something weird of Portnoy, but not to my tweet.
Damn. I'm just gonna have to keep sending it then.
Yeah, I'm gonna send that.
I'm gonna Texas. When you get to
Yeah, I'm gonna fucking Andy Dufresne his ass. You know, like I'll send him a letter every day. Did I ever tell you?
What? Andy Dufresne his ass.
Yeah, I use that as a verb a lot.
I mean, if you don't have any other thing to do in prison, why not just start writing letters to people?
Yeah, I'm gonna start writing him I'll send him 2 tweets a day. When is the Rough and Rowdy coming to Texas? I also want to talk about somebody that I bet the rest of the prisoners in the Shawshank Redemption thought Andy Dufresne was an asshole. Oh, here comes Andy fucking Dufresne again with his head in the clouds.
Causing problems.
Yeah. Walking around like his shit don't stink. Oh, Andy Dufresne playing that shitty opera music. You couldn't put on...
Probably what they would have thought.
Yeah,
too.
right? Like, look at this fucking...
It was Morgan Freeman talking about it. It was just beautiful. Like, I highly doubt people in prison were
right, that's what a
that.
bunch of prisoners thought. They probably thought, what is this horrible shit? Oh, there goes Andy Dufresne again.
Playing his shitty music.
Notorious asshole.
Should have just let him get raped.
Yeah, always bothering the wardens. Getting us in trouble. Yeah, but the Rough and Rowdy is like, that is the greatest sporting event out there right now.
Right?
I
mean, come on, you got Bill Burr.
Yeah.
Fucking announcing for it.
Bill Burr is a man of the people. Like, he's so like they got 43,000 people, they said, to watch it, right? Which is like, I mean, it's big. Like, they made a fucking lot of money. Like,
Yeah.
You know, like, I don't know. Do the math. What's that? $15? $17 pay-per-view.
It's pretty good.
Yeah, I mean, they made like, you know, $200,000 or something. But I don't know. Don't check my math. Yeah, but like, you know, that's nothing compared to like fucking the guy that can sell out fucking Madison Square Garden, right?
Yeah.
Or can he? I mean, he can sell that out, right?
He's done it.
Yeah, he's done that, right?
I think he played drums before he even went out too.
Really?
Because that was something he really wanted to do.
That's pretty fucking cool.
Yeah, he was like, I just wanted to... I could be wrong on that, but I'm pretty sure he gave an interview where he talked about, like, wanting to play his drums.
I know. I've heard him talk about wanting to play the drums and, like, being ridiculous because he's, like, 50 years old and he's, like, wearing out his ankle. Like,
right, yeah.
You know, trying to play drums.
He's a hilarious dude.
Yeah, he's so funny, man. Like...
He's such, like, a contrarian. That's why I think I like him.
Yeah.
It's kind of how I am. It's like,
yeah.
I don't even care, like, if I know anything about a point, like a topic. Like, if you come out for a topic, I'm probably automatically against it. Like, just to annoy you.
Instinctually,
just to annoy you. Like, I could probably actually agree with you, and just because somebody said it a certain way, I'd be like I'd know the exact opposite argument because I know my argument for it.
Yeah.
And so I just, like, berate them.
Well, we have different reasons for wanting to do that. You're just a troll. Like, you're just a troll who hasn't been unleashed yet. Like, we're going to find a way to harness your troll, your real troll nature.
I was say, put that Twitter on my phone.
Yeah. Oh God. I'm gonna have to disassociate myself.
We're gonna be blocked by a lot of people.
Yeah. I can get us banned. That's the way. That's the way you get at the followers. But yeah, totally. I forgot what I was gonna say. Oh yeah, like first, I think I like when sometimes I take the opposite side just to kind of like hear somebody explain something more because I'm not sure.
Yeah.
You know, like I do that a lot. I don't ever really want to just troll people like you.
I love trolling.
Yeah, but I don't have your evil instinct. You know?
I love trolling people.
Yes.
It's the best.
I like
Just putting them in that uncomfortable spot, like where they have to explain something, is fun.
Yeah. Well, it is. I do feel bad when like you call somebody out on something, and then you realize like there's nothing underneath like the first statement, like they're just not used to being called out on it, and then they're like,
Oh, I love that.
I love that.
That's like my favorite.
Seeing anyone get embarrassed, I'm like, oh, you poor guy.
I mean, if you're talking about something you know nothing about, then I don't mind you feeling embarrassed. Like, you should feel embarrassed.
Yeah, it's probably good for
Maybe
you.
you should shut your fucking mouth on it.
Like, no one likes the taste of medicine, but it's medicine.
That's
But
what some of us are here for.
you're gonna find the rough and rowdy if we ever get that near here, right?
For sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, if it's pretty close to here, I'll do it.
The rough and rowdy is so fucking funny, dude. Like, it's just something about watching people that don't know at all how to fight. Like, they're swinging their little hearts out, spinning. Like, you never see more spins in boxing. You know, yeah, they miss and they come full around. Like, there was one dude, he missed so bad.
He went through the ropes.
He went through the ropes. And there are like another dude, like he missed, and then like he lost where he was in the ring. Like he had no idea where the guy was, so he did like he's got spiders on, like he's having like a heroin withdrawal. He's got spiders all over him. He went like he just threw his hands up all around, like where's he? Like, because he had no idea where the guy was. It's like the guy was a ghost, and meanwhile the guy's just out of shape, like next to him.
Yeah, he's like, oh, good, a break.
He's like, where's he? Like, I love it. Like. And the announcing is great. Like, oh, I bet he wishes he was back on the couch now. Like the fucking the two brothers that were fighting. He's like, now his parents are gonna love him even less.
That's so great.
Yeah, it's just something so pure about it. You know, it's pure sports entertainment. It's really what you want boxing to be. Like whenever you buy a Mayweather fight, like God, this is what you're hoping
boring.
for.
Yeah.
Like, you just want to see people getting nailed in the face, you know? There's people swinging at each other. You realize, like, the more skilled you get in boxing, the worse the sport becomes.
Yeah, the less punches and, like, less interesting.
Yeah, like, to me, like, there's got to be a flaw in your sport if, like, Mayweather, he's like the best technical boxer there ever was, and he was the least entertaining person to watch.
Yeah, for sure.
Like how there's like a problem in your sport. If so, being really really good at it makes it really boring. Like usually
great business model.
Yeah, usually it's the other way around. Like that's why I don't watch college football.
Right. Excuse me.
Like that's why I don't watch college football because like they're not really good at it, so it's not as exciting.
Yeah.
Like you can see like the sloppiness of the play.
Man. The NFL's starting to be boring to me too.
Yeah, but that's more has to do with the rules than with like the skill.
True.
Right?
True. That might be part of the boxing thing too, man. There are too many rules. You know?
You think so?
Yeah, the whole thing, like, because, you know, anytime, like the Conor McGregor fight between Floyd Mayweather, you know, like, he'd get kind of, like, wrapped up and, like, they'd separate him. Yeah. It's like, man, you get turned around, you need to be punched in the back of the head.
Yeah. Yeah, there is something a little, like, silly about the fact that you can, like...
It's just not true fighting. That's why the UFC is so fun to watch.
Yeah.
You know?
That's real fighting.
Yeah, like,
you know?
Like, those people are beating the shit out of each other.
Yeah, it's a skill, but it's a skill like darts is a skill. I mean, you know, obviously a little more violent, a little more involved in darts, but it's like, it's not fighting, you know? Like, you put your hands, like, behind... Like, you know, the fact that you can, like clinch up with somebody in a fight, like, you know, like, oh, you're getting your ass kicked, so you just, like, hug them.
Yeah.
And then it's, like, that buys you time where you can, like, turn around, or you can just, like, grab his arms and go like this. Yeah. Like, all that stuff kind of...
Take his arm and break it in half.
Yeah, like, that's not real, like, fighting, you know? It's not what like you want to see. You want to see who would kick whose ass. So
Yeah,
UFC gives you that much more pure,
for
and
sure.
or the rough and rowdy gives it to you much more pure, because the refs like never stop any of the illegal shit that happens.
Right. Like, whatever.
Yeah,
Punch him on
like
the
people are
back.
always getting punched in the back of the head, or getting punched on the ground, or getting like head locked. And
They should.
I'll tell you one thing though. The only thing I didn't like about that last rough and rowdy was you didn't see the last fight because you were on the phone.
Mhm.
But like, they had the dude from their office, Gay Pat, fight this like convict.
Mhm.
It was like a total like crappy mismatch. Like Gay Pat was a legitimate foot taller than him.
Oh, really?
Yeah, like a legit foot taller
So
than
did he
him.
like beat the shit out of him?
Not even really. Like they just kind of clinched up, and like he would like bat him, like put him around a little bit. Like, like the whole joke they were making the whole time is like, like man,
I should have had the cop at
Yeah.
the very end.
Oh, dude, did you see that fight? I forgot if you
I
did.
did get to see that one. That dude
Dude,
beat the shit out
That
of him.
was awesome.
He was just like, whap, whap,
Yeah.
whap, whap,
He
whap.
unloaded on that dude. He's like let out his anger that I was
Honestly, yeah,
fired.
he took all that frustration about being fired and like
Yeah.
thinking about like, oh, I'm gonna get twice my salary now if I beat this dude.
Yeah, right.
I'm
You're
gonna beat the
dead.
shit out of him.
You're dead, fucker. Yeah. I mean, he just like it was just unloaded gorilla punches, and he was strong, man.
That
He was like
funny.
he had like one of those steroid cop bellies, you know. He was juicing.
Oh, it was
Boom,
hilarious.
boom. Yeah, I actually hope he comes back to the next one. He said he would.
Nice.
That'd be sick. The next one's gonna be in Kentucky. So
Be a good spot for it.
yeah, yeah, right.
The only problem with the one in Texas is you're gonna get some decent fights.
Yeah, but you know, Youngstown, Ohio was kind of like that too. But you got a good mix, you know.
It's true.
Like there's some football players and some firemen and some cops that were like pretty good for like, you know, I mean for like rough and rowdy standards, they're like
Yeah.
pretty good. You know, not so good that they made the fight suck. You know, good fights. I thought
They're
like
women, not so much though.
well,
Not the fighters. The
the ring girls.
Yeah, Youngstown. One
I think Texas, not that we're from there, could do better.
Can be a little bit better.
Yeah, a little bit better. I mean, there was like two that were like, I mean, you know, there's only like two in there that like, you know,
Like, okay.
like
nice.
if I got with them, like I wouldn't tell anybody. You know what I mean? Like that'd be my secret. Like so nothing about this to no one. Like you're in the witness protection program now. I'm moving you to another state. Like, you know, there's only like so like they were like, you know. So put in that caveat that like I'm judging them on the standard of like, you know, this is why
I'm just saying the first one we watched, they seemed better.
yes.
Where was that one at?
That one was West Virginia,
Hmm.
I think. Or was that the first one we watched? Oh no, that was Pittsburgh.
Really?
The first one with Bill Burr.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was Pittsburgh, or near Pittsburgh, outside.
Gotcha.
Oh my
That
God,
was better.
that was my favorite fight of the night. That fucking Steelers fan, who got his like it literally looked like
Who told him about it? And like why?
it was like
Why did they tell him that he should do it?
it had to be a prank, right?
Yeah, like they were like, dude, you got to do this. Like, but
Yeah.
Why?
It had to be a
It
prank.
was so mean.
It had to be like some sort of weird like thing where like his friends just want to see his ass kicked, where they're like, oh no man, you're a man, no, you're tough, dude. Like, you know, like I know you've never been in a fight before, but you know, sometimes I see you when you're like when you're doing your accounting work, and like, man, it's like you're really like attacking those numbers, you know, something like that. Like his friends lied to him.
So terrible, man.
But like when he got into the ring, like he stepped out into the middle, like, okay, now what? And then it's like the dude he was fighting was
Yeah,
like,
was just like, oh, he doesn't know what he's doing.
yeah,
Wow.
it was literally like a light switched on. Like I used to have a snake, and like there would just be like when it finally like noticed the mouse in its cage, it was just like, you know, like that. Like that's what that was. It was just like, yeah, okay, I'm out here, I guess. And then he just got like nailed like 7 times in the head. I was just like, he was like this in the air, you know, like hands.
And then at the end, he's like, I didn't quit. They just stopped fighting. It's like, oh no, you should have quit.
Yeah, it's called like, we want to save your life, you know, you idiot. He did like the promo video, and in the promo video, I was like I said it to you beforehand. I'm like, this dude looks a little scared. Like he doesn't really like look like he's about that life, you know.
Right.
Like he looked totally like, hey, this is fun, right? Like a total like.
This is a joke, right?
Yeah, like something you would do with like your like to send to your in-laws, you know, like not like you're about to actually get into a boxing ring, get your fucking face smashed in.
Man, I don't know. I think the only thing that I really didn't like about the Rough and Rowdy, or really that I haven't liked about both of them that I've watched, have been like the big fights that they promote are never any good.
Yeah,
because like the good fights were like the firefighter that knocked that dude out.
Yeah.
You know, and then it was like the butcher dude that was like just a stocky little firefighter. Like those two dudes were fun to watch.
The Swedish meatball was my favorite. That was
funny, but was that promoted?
No, that wasn't. Well, like that one was a little more promoted, I think.
But you know what I mean, like,
yes.
Like the raccoon guy.
That was a shitty fight.
Yeah, like shitty fight, and that was one of the most promoted.
It was funny to see it, but it was a shitty fight.
Yeah.
This one only, I say like they seriously promoted 2. Like the 2 they really got behind was the gay Pat. That was like the marquee Pride vs. Prejudice. Yeah, that sucked. That absolutely sucked. And then like the cop. The
cop was good.
The cop was awesome.
It would have been even funnier though if he would have beat the shit out of a skateboarder.
Dude, he would have killed that kid.
Because
like he fought a bouncer, so like the dude was actually decently stocky. The skateboarder was a little nothing, and he was talking like, you know, all sorts of crap beforehand. Like,
oh, that'd have been great.
He would have killed that kid.
See, like that would have been like watching the Portland dudes.
Beat
the shit out of Antifa.
Oh, that's why.
That's what I wanted.
That's actually why I switched to Rough and Rowdy, because I'm like, Portland, like they should get these Patriots prayer guys. And like Antifa, just like let's set it up.
Awesome.
Let's get it. What's poppin'?
Antifa wouldn't do it though.
No,
they're
definitely
too big
not.
Pussies, man.
They like to like sneak behind people and shit.
Yeah, and hit them with bike locks.
Yeah,
pussies.
Unfortunately, we'll have to watch that for another time. I really though.
That'd be great.
That'd be great.
Man, I really wish you would have beat the shit out of a skater though.
People need these outlets, you know. I think that might like help diffuse the country. Like we can just like punch each other every once in a while. A purge, you know. Like there's a reason those movies are popular enough to make 4 of them.
Fight Club, baby.
Yeah, Fight Club, The Purge. Like people need a little vows, little let out the tension, you know. If people weren't allowed to go in the street and like, you know, because the thing about those like street confrontations is like they never end satisfactorily, like for either person, you know. Like they just end up yelling in your face, and you just end up like either like recording them being like, I got you on camera, bro, or you got a cop.
No.
It's not satisfactory, you know. You still got the anger in there. If you just beat the crap out of each other though, it goes away. Yeah. You know, you really see some of these guys get humbled.
That's kind of why like I was getting mad too watching like those videos, was because like the Patriots prayer guys are too nice. Like, because, I mean, dude, they could, like, if you look at the people talking shit from the Antifa side, like, they would just get demolished.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, you know, like, they've got, like, Tiny Tootsie, you know? Big Samoan dude. You know, just, like, I mean, he would eat, like, 4 of them, you know, at one time. Just, like, pick them up and, like, slap them together and throw them.
Tiny Tootsie.
Like, dude, it would just be not even close to a fair fight.
Yeah.
And, like, they're just so patient, though, like, you know, and you can tell he wants to.
Yeah.
But, like, they won't do it unless Antifa throws the first punch. So they'll just, like, let him keep talking shit. And that pisses me off, because I hate people who talk shit that would get their ass kicked.
Yeah.
Because if you talk shit and you can't fight, you need to have your ass kicked. That's why women get too talk you know, like they talk too much shit, is because nobody, you know, like you can't hit a woman, and women don't beat the shit out of each other when that shit happens.
Yeah.
That's why guys are a little bit more hesitant to do it. You know,
the threat of physical violence, like
that makes you keep your mouth shut a little bit more.
That does check you a little bit.
I told you about that dude that chick on the Antifa side was talking shit, and he was like, "Look, I'm not gonna hit you, but I am about to beat the shit out of one of your guys here standing behind you, and it's gonna be your fault because you're talking shit." He's like, I won't hit you, but I'm about to beat the shit out of one of them.
God, those poor guys.
Right?
Like, listen, I'm just a liberal arts major. I just came here to try and get laid.
They're all just so thin. Like they look malnourished.
They should get on the carnivore diet. They can look like this.
It's just crazy, man.
Eat raw steak.
Maybe it is because they're all vegan.
Oh, are they all vegan? Is that
probably not?
Don't stereotype. What are you? What are you, Sarah Jeong?
Antifa, man. I'm gonna stereotype all I want.
How dare you?
Bunch of rich, liberal white people.
Stereotyper. Racist.
A bunch of communists too.
I can't believe you stereotyped them like that.
Bunch of commies.
They could be socialist.
No, they're all just. If you're socialist, you're just pre-commie.
Pre-commie. Hey, you can get.
That's what that shit leads to.
You can get pregnant off pre-commie. You know what I'm saying? Be careful, kids. We're actually at the end of our broadcast. We're getting to the point where SoundCloud's going to cut us off if we go in longer.
Yeah, well,
any last words?
Talk about it anyway. So,
you want to talk more about pre-commie?
No, I'm good. Don't do drugs, kids.
Yeah, don't do drugs. Don't drink in podcast. Good night.